East2Est is an Estonian Asian pop culture festival that was held for the first time this year, and today for the public was the 28th of June. I got to the venue and pretty much right away headed on to the inside vendors area, where the main vendor for the event was Pandayama, who is also the sponsor for this video and for my channel. If you love anime merch, if you love any of the stuff that you can see here, then they have a website and you can visit their website and order all of their wonderful stuff from there. And if you do, make sure to use the creator code HILDIA5 to get 5% off your order. I will link their store below, and I will also put my creator code in the description below so that you can easily copy paste it. I am so thankful for Pandayama for sponsoring me, and I bought some of their merch to give out in my MXTX meetup as a quiz prize later. The vendors hall was inside and it wasn't terribly big, so Pandayama was the main vendor, and there was also one other vendor that sold these adorable little Miku plushies. There was a wide variety of Vocaloid and Miku plushies, and they also had a really wide variety of different acrylic figures, small ones, bigger ones. There were loads of these small ones. So this was the inside vendors area. And then for more shopping you had the artist alley. Now the artist alley was technically outside. It was covered, which thank God, because it was raining, not heavily, but it did rain throughout the day. So it was covered, but it was outside. So it was pretty chilly. It was great for filming because there was loads of lights and you can see the stuff here very well. There was also an Estonian Lolita accessories seller that you can see here, but also loads of wonderful artists, fan artists. The artist alley was very high in quality. There were loads of vendors, loads of fun stuff, and it was very easy for me to film. And sadly, the reason why it was very easy for me to film is that there weren't that many people. This event was incredibly well organized and well done, and I don't have a lot of criticism when it comes to the organization, but I am so sad that there weren't more people. I got to the venue around 12 and there weren't too many people. And there was a time when there were more people in the artist alley and everywhere else around as well. That usually always happens. Like the middle of the Saturday is the busiest time for every convention, but then it died out pretty quickly as well. And it was pretty extreme. I have this one clip of the artist alley at 5 o'clock. Like the cosplay masquerade hadn't even started by then, which is arguably one of the main events of the entire convention, and it looks as if the event is either already over or hasn't even started yet. Like this does not look like an ongoing convention, and I am so sad about it. But the artist alley was great, the quality of the goods was great. And I did hear that some of the artists made their money back and at least didn't make a loss. But I also know some people just literally made like €2, which is super sad. There was also one vendor who sold K-pop albums and K-pop things, so technically not everyone in the artist alley were artists. The Chinese embassy in Estonia was also there and would let you write your name in Chinese and also give out some free stuff and some nice food. They also had a outside area at the convention, an outside stage, and that is always a bad idea in Estonia. Our weather is so unpredictable. Having an outside part of your convention that's actually essential or important, I would never recommend. You always need to have a backup plan. Thank God that the artist alley was actually covered, even though it was still pretty chilly. Then I went on to watch the Rhythms of Asia show. This was a show, so it wasn't a competition. No one won or lost. There was Yuri Yosakoi, which if you've been to Estonian conventions is a staple. They always have such good energy and they're always so happy and into it. They're always fun to watch. Then there was this Korean performance with drums, which was very cool and very impressive. But again, this is the main hall. And here you can see the amount of people in the audience during the Rhythms of Asia show. Like there are people in the main hall, but a lot of them are the staff of the convention, And also some people I felt weren't really watching the thing as much as just mingling and hanging out. I was actually very worried because they didn't have chairs in the main hall, which I also thought wasn't a great choice. But I was very worried because I'm very short, and I was worried I'm not going to be able to see anything. But because there was so little of an audience, this wasn't a problem. So in that sense it was great, but I would rather have the performers have an audience. The Rhythms of Asia thing also has some martial arts that you can see here. So I left the Rhythms of Asia thing halfway, not because it was boring, but because there was a lecture in the projector room and I wanted to check it out because I'm a big fan of lectures, as you know. And thank God I did. This was a lecture about con crunching and time management and how to better manage your time and not con crunch. And there were 4 people in the audience who participated, and I am so sad because the lecturer did such a good job. They had prepared so much. The material was so thought out and well done, and they handled this very professionally. They didn't seem at all visibly upset or disappointed, but I just felt so bad. This lecture was at 2:30, so it wasn't too early in the morning that people couldn't make it that early. So I was also worried because my MXT meetup was up next, and I was worried literally no one is gonna show up. I had 2 prizes, this coaster from the Japanese collab of MDCS, and this pen, this Heaven Official's Blessing pen that I had bought from Bandayama, and I was worried that no one is gonna show up. I knew that one of my friends was definitely coming, but otherwise I was really worried that the room is gonna be empty the way you saw it here. This is the room we had a meetup in, and thank God pretty much at last minute like 5 people came in full cosplays, and I was so happy and so grateful, and we had a great time. We had a quiz, and we also played an MXTX themed Would You Rather, which was really popular. I should have thought of more things to do for it, but it was kind of hard to think of prompts, but people thought of their own prompts, and I'm just so happy. We had some extra people come in throughout the meet, and in total I think we had about 9 people in the end. I am so grateful for everyone who joined. I actually had a great time. I hope you guys also had a great time. I think it was fun. I think it was successful. So during the meetup I had actually seen 2 Winx cosplayers, and I instantly knew I had to find them. So I found them, I spoke with them, and after the cosplay masquerade I also interviewed them. So stay tuned for that later. There were also 3 different K-pop blogs. I always respect K-pop fans so much. They always bring the energy. They scream so loudly even if there aren't that many people. But that meant I couldn't watch it for too long because I felt like I was going deaf. Anyways, at 5:30 there was the cosplay masquerade. This was a contest, so there were winners, but everyone only cut about 10 to 15 seconds on the stage, but it wasn't so hectic as it is on J-Zone. Like, people weren't just flying through the stage running. They all had their moment. There were 25 contestants, which again isn't a lot because J-Zone or Yot-Zone caps at 100, and it is a much bigger event, but they cap it at 100, and there are always so many more people who want to join. And with this cosplay masquerade as well, I felt that there were more people performing than watching, which is very sad. After the cosplay masquerade, I interviewed the Winx girls, and I'm gonna put that clip here now. We wanted to do the interview inside because Winx cosplays are pretty cold, and it was chilly outside. It was quite cold to be outside in these cosplays, so we wanted to do the interview inside. So we picked the quietest spot, but it still wasn't too quiet, so I made subtitles for as much of the interview as much I could make out, and I still can't make out everything that is being said, but I made subtitles for the most part. I mean, I had the context and I remember what we talked about, so I hope that the subtitles are helpful. If you can make out some of the stuff that I couldn't make out, let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoy this interview. And after the interview, you can also see them on the stage. Hi guys! I love your costumes. How did you decide on these particular outfits?
We kind of made changes to the original designs just so we could feel a bit more comfortable and add a bit more of our personality to it.
I really wanted to do the start, and then we thought that it would be fun if she also had like a jeans denim top.
Yeah.
So we both did like denim tops.
Because we both have some discretion. She has it on pants, I have it on shoes.
So we can match.
Yeah. And but this is pretty simple. I bought this ready-made top basically. We just fit it into my body and then make the skirt and then
Added some stars and made this rubble jeans.
the Winx are amazing.
Do you have some other Winx cosplay plans in the future?
Oh, definitely. We are going to do Enchantrix. Hopefully very soon.
And everything like that.
Hopefully very soon.
Nice. How did you do the stars on your pants?
It's iron on vinyl.
Okay.
So I just cut them out from the vinyl, ironed them on denim, and then like sewed them on.
Awesome. And Stella, how did you find your head piece that's just like the perfect color? Because it's...
I had this purple fabric from a previous cosplay, and then I basically just had a ready-made headband, and I just covered it with fabric.
Okay.
Easy as that.
Awesome. And I love your earrings as well. Can you show the audience a little bit of your earrings? Where can people follow you and find you?
Mostly on Instagram. I am Windy Stormy at Windy Stormy on Instagram.
And I'm Cherry on Instagram.
Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, the Winx girls actually did super well in the contest. They came third. The Windmaster cosplayer also placed, and the Draculaura cosplayer came first. And 6 people got prizes. Again, I think this was actually a very well organized convention. Everything worked smoothly, everything was on time, everything looked and felt professional, but I'm just really sad that there wasn't enough of an audience and that so few people showed up. It might be because this was a ticketed event. I don't think 15 euros is actually too expensive for an event, but that might be one of the reasons why people decided not to come. If they do it again in the future, then I definitely recommend that you check it out. Go see it, it was super fun. If you have enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I do a lot of Winx content and convention content on this channel, so if you enjoy either, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!